the part I'm the most curious about, whether the face is any good. You see, many of you already own this figure. You took pictures with your smartphones, you uploaded it on the internet, and her face looked horrible. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Steven right here today with a figure review, and yeah, a price figure. I don't review price figures on this channel very much, not because I am a snob who don't like price figures, but more to the reason because you guys won't watch it. Yeah, I can understand the reason, because why would you waste 10 or 15 minutes of your life watching a review of a $20 figure where you can just go out and buy one without thinking twice, and if the figure is trash, you just sell it for half price and you move on to the next figure. You are not losing out much money, right? There is not much commitment, so it is understandable. However, I am choosing to review this figure of Makima. In fact, I bought it for 2 or 3 reasons. The first reason being the very same reason why I reviewed Taito's AMP Plus Marin Kitagawa. That figure was truly exceptional for a price figure, if a little bit on the small side, and you guys loved the figure as well, right? That review of mine was different from the usual price figure reviews. The second reason why I bought this figure is because I wanted to do a comparison video between the previous 2 Animaster low-cost figures which I reviewed on this channel, like Animaster 1/6 scale figures, by the way, for 6,000, 8,000 yen. How do they stand up to price figures of very similar size, 1/7, 1/6, made by FuRyu? And that was the reason why I bought this figure of Makima right here. This is my very first FuRyu BiCute series Bunny figure. Yeah, my very first one. And this is not a new product line. Unlike Taito AMP Plus, which has started to become famous only last year, FuRyu BiCute has been around for years already. These FuRyu BiCute bunny figures, they are known for their quality and size, but costing no more than $25, right? So I'm just hitting a few birds with a stone over here. I like this figure of Makima for the character design, outfit design. This is not your typical bunny outfit. At the same time, I get to compare it to other scale figures wearing a bunny suit, and also those Animaster cheap scale figures. So I am able to make multiple videos out of a single purchase, which is why I went for one, right? It is all about growing this channel. This figure officially stands at 30 centimeters on paper, but that is to the top of this bunny ear over here. That is cheating, you know, and the base is 1 centimeter thick. The main figure, including the base up to the top of the head, is 27, excluding the base, 26 centimeters. Yeah, still pretty tall, by the way. And this figure doesn't feel like 1/6 to me. Despite the 30 centimeter height, this feels closer to 1/7. But I'm still very happy with it. I'm not complaining about the size, right? This is what the box looks like. It is a lot smaller than what I was expecting, but that is always good news in terms of shipping cost. There is some damage, but I don't care it as much because this is a price figure. And as for the assembly process, yeah, the figure is wrapped in bubble wrap in 3 separate segments. The main figure, the bunny ear, is separate, and the base, of course, you just take it out and assemble it. Nothing special over there. Moving on to the figure, the sculpting. This is the biggest unknown to me. The part I'm the most curious about, whether the face is any good. You see, many of you already own this figure. You took pictures with your smartphones, you uploaded it on the internet, in Facebook groups, in Reddit, in myfigurecollection.net, and her face looked horrible. In your pictures at least, right? And at the same time, I'm aware of the fact that smartphone camera pictures are not to be trusted because of wide angle lens distortion. Yeah, more details in this video right up there. That video explains why I cannot trust user pictures 100% because your phones, you know. And I just had to be sure because I have a friend who already owns this figure and he said the figure is really good, contrary to what I'm seeing in user pictures online. So why not buy one, right? Because I needed to compare this to Animaster stuff later on in a separate video. So I took the plunge, I bought one, and after inspecting this figure myself, I compared it with the official product image on this box over here, right? I can confidently say that her face is perfect. Yeah, a huge relief, to be honest. So I finally was able to confirm that her weird faces in pictures online are caused by smartphone cameras. And number 2, depending on which angle you look at this figure from, her face might look a bit weird. Yeah, this is an issue associated with converting a 2D artwork into a 3D object. So if you rotate the figure around, yeah, from some angles the face looks a bit weird. But if you are looking at her from the proper angle, which is like somewhere from this direction, her face is like 10 out of 10 for a price figure. Perfect. I'm very happy with this figure. And I'm so glad I bought this Makima figure because so far, this is the best looking Makima price figure. I am not a big fan of Chainsaw Man. You could even say I was feeling rather meh when I watched the anime all 12 episodes. I don't understand why people hyped up the anime because to me it was really average. So I wasn't a big fan of Chainsaw Man and unwilling to spend big money on, expensive scale figures or even resin figures. So I'm happy to settle with a decent price figure because I still like the character design on Makima. And up to this point, before this FuRyu BiCute Bunny figure of Makima ever came out, every single price figure of Makima in the market by Sega or any other brands, they looked terrible. If you own any of those Makima price figures, I apologized for inflicting emotional damage on you, but my opinion remains the same. The other Makima price figures available out there, they just look horrid to me. Like, if you give me one for free, I would sell it. Yeah. Now, moving on to the paintwork. Now, I am not expecting any miracles or anything unique. I'm just expecting clean paintwork, like no major paint transfer, no scratches, no QC control issues, and that is good enough for me. FuRyu once again delivered with this figure over here, right? Like, this is a really simple figure. There are no fine details, just plain white top, black color for the rest. Like, this is matte leather. Matte black leather, something like that, right? So personally, I would have preferred these black color parts to be very glossy and shiny because I love shiny glossy leather parts on anime figures, but those are really expensive paint and coating. So yeah, if I run my fingers on the surface of the figure like this, very lightly, the paintwork on the surface is on the rough side. Like, it is not as smooth as expensive scale figures. So it is very likely that there is no clear coating, protective coating on the figure at all. Not that it is a problem, you can always go and buy a spray can of Mr. Hobby, clear coat matte or gloss, up to you. I would go for matte and spray it on this figure. And that is all it takes to make the figure feel nicer to the touch on your fingertip, right? Yeah. Those clear coats are really expensive. Like, one single can of clear coat matte by Mr. Hobby is at least $10 before shipping, right? When it comes to mold lines, right? Mold lines is more about the sculpting rather than the paintwork. If I try hard enough, I'm seeing a very slight mold line over there on her armpit region, on the left armpit over here. Yeah. Pretty nice armpits for a price figure, by the way. Yeah, there is a bit of it over there, but you really have to try really hard to look for it, right? There are 2 flaws on this figure of Makima, otherwise very minor ones, not a concern to be honest. The first one on the very same armpit, yeah, the part which I circled over there, yeah, the irregularities over there, not very nice to look at, but I had to use a macro lens to show you, so it is very small. A very small defect. The second one is on the right side of her head over here, yeah, that seam line that connects to her bunny ear band, that is not a very nice looking seam line, but at the same time not very ugly. I've seen worse, right? Lastly, the base of this figure, it reminds me of the Playboy magazine logo of some kind. Yeah, it looks quite nice. It is very compact and does not take up much space. I have no complaints about the base at all. Yeah, 3 plastic foot pegs. Of course, you're going to get plastic, no metals in the price figure, and the figure is super solid and sturdy when I shake it. Yeah, I mean, the figure is shaking over here because I've placed her on a box over here. Anyways, very sturdy figure. So the conclusion for today's review, this is not a long review because this is a simple price figure. A big yes, a big recommendation. Go and buy this figure, Makima. I don't care if you only collect price figures or only scale figures, but this Makima is a must-have. Yeah. FuRyu did an amazing job. This is a very tall figure, a good scale, with decent quality both on the sculpting and the paintwork. If you found this review to be helpful or informative, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for more quality figure reviews as well as new content every week in general. Until then, I'll see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.